Ok, buenos días. Vamos a empezar. Estamos poquitos, pero creo que se van a ir integrando. Les comento que las calificaciones se las estaré haciendo llegar por la tarde. Para pues cualquier duda o algo, yo les voy a avisar cuando las tenga listas y pues les diré cuál es su calificación, ¿no? Una vez que ya las tenga. Será el día de hoy, así que pues más tardar al finalizar el día ya las van a tener. Okay, so this week we're gonna start with our last topic. Vamos a empezar con el último tema que se va a ver en este nivel, which is the Unit 9. Quiere decir que estamos a un mes de terminar el cuatrimestre, estamos a un mes de terminar el nivel. So hopefully each one of you is gonna pass and you're gonna be in the next level in January. Okay, so I'm gonna start. And the first topic is the first thing we're gonna see is vocabulary. The unit is called, wait. Green Living. That is the title of the unit, 9.1. And we're gonna start with the vocabulary of the unit, okay? Which is vocabulary related to nature. Can you see it already?
Sí.
Thank you. Okay, so here we first have a mountain range. Okay, so I know that a mountain is something like this, but 1 or 2 or 3, for example. But a mountain range looks like this. When there are many, many, many mountains and they are all kind of connected. Es una cordillera, right? This is what it means. Then we have a lake, a waterfall, a river, the desert, the ocean, rainforest, and we have in here questions. But before we work with these questions, I'm gonna go back and I want you to give me examples of each of the natural areas we are discussing or seeing in this slide, okay? So mountain range. Do you know any mountain range? ¿Conocen alguna cordillera, mountain range? According to my research, to my quick research, it says that there are only seven mountain range. One are the Canadian Rockies, Swiss Alps, Andes of Latin America, Sierra Nevada in California, Himalayas of Nepal, Italian Dolomites, and Southern New Zealand Alps. So these are the 7 Alps, which are the mountain range. Then we have a lake. Do you know any lake? Does anybody of you know a lake? Oh, sir. None of you? ¿Alguien conoce algún lago?
Yo.
Okay, Giselle, which one?
Hablé, yo soy Ana, y uno de Chihuahua, en Chihuahua, pero no me acuerdo muy bien del nombre.
Well, it's okay. So that is a lake, un lago, right? Okay. Then we have a waterfall. Can you think of a waterfall?
Canadá, pero no sé cómo se llama.
Okay. There's actually one that you can see in Canada and also in New York, I think. Or I don't know, New York or I'm not sure. But well, that Niagara Falls, I think they're called. Okay, then we have the next one is river. Do you know any river? I'm pretty sure you do. We have a large one here in Sonora. Tenemos uno largo aquí en Sonora.
¿Qué viene siendo river?
Río. A river es un río. Lo que se muestra en las imágenes es lo que significa la palabra. So what's a river? Can you think of a river?
Río Sonora.
Okay, Sonora River, Río Sonora. Right, very good. Okay, then we have a desert. We live in one actually. El desierto de Sonora, Sonora Desert. And which one is the biggest one? Which is the largest, the biggest desert, guys? How much do you know of geography? Which is the largest desert?
Desierto.
Sí, pero which is the largest? ¿Cuál es el más grande?
El del Sahara.
Exactly, Sahara. Okay. Then we have ocean. We have the Pacific Ocean, Indic Ocean, and I can't think of more, but of course there are more, right? Rainforest. Can you think of a rainforest? ¿Qué es un rainforest? It is exactly the same as a jungle. Es una jungla, una selva húmeda, right? So what's a, can you think of a rainforest?
Amazonas.
Okay, yeah, that is one. And then we have a forest, which is not in here, but for example, if I take the rain from forest, si le quito rain, también es un, o sea, es vegetación y así, pero rainforest es selva y forest es un bosque, which is pretty different, right? Los árboles son diferentes, la vegetación es diferente, los animales son diferentes, etcétera, etcétera. Okay. Now let's discuss this. It says, have you ever swum in an ocean, a river, or a lake? So I'm asking you guys, have you ever swum in an ocean, in a river, or a lake? What is swum? Is the participle of swim. Swim, nadar, swum, nadado. Have you ever swum in an ocean, a river, or a lake? So I'm asking you guys, have you ever swum in an ocean, in a river, or a lake?
Is that river?
In a river, okay. Someone else? No? Okay, two. Have you ever walked in a desert or a rainforest? No?
In a desert.
Okay, where? Here?
¿Dónde?
Where?
En el Pinacate.
Okay. And what about a rainforest? Have you ever walked in a rainforest? Okay, next. Have you ever climbed a mountain? One thing is a mountain and another thing is a hill. A hill es un cerro. So the question is, have you ever climbed in a mountain? And what about a hill? Have you ever climbed a hill? No, ni siquiera el cerro que está para la salida. ¿Cómo se llama?
De la Virgen.
Bachoco.
Bachoco.
Bachoco, creo. No sé. Okay, have you ever climbed that one? ¿Han escalado algún cerro? A hill?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so a mountain is probably different, right? But a hill can work. Okay, then it says, can you think of cities that have access to each of these natural features? For example, if you want to visit a rainforest here in Mexico, where could we visit? Where could we go? ¿A qué ciudad, which city or what city can we visit if we want to have access to a rainforest? So I repeat my question a little slower. If I want to visit a rainforest, what city should I go? Okay, I'm not giving my class alone, so I need you to participate, guys. Okay, Javier, do you know? If I want to visit a rainforest, where should I go? ¿A dónde debería de ir si quiero visitar una selva?
Pues no sé, profe.
Mexico.
Mexico City? Is there any rainforest in Mexico City? Okay, take a look. You can use your tools. Pueden utilizar sus herramientas. But it says city, Giselle. What city should I visit? Okay, cities with rainforest. So here in Mexico, we have in Yucatan. Yucatan, we have a rainforest, which is La Candona. And La Selva La Candona, it's in Yucatan. What about a desert? If we want to visit the desert, where should we go? ¿A qué ciudad deberíamos de ir? Oh my God, you're so quiet. I will have to ask you. Okay, Josan. Tell me, Josan. If I want to visit the desert, where should I go here in Mexico?
No sé.
Oh my God, you live in a desert. If I want to get access to the desert, where would you recommend me to go?
Peñasco.
Okay, thank you. We can visit Puerto Peñasco. We have access from there. We can visit Altar or some other cities here in our state. So if I want, one more. If I want to take a look to the ocean, or if I want to be near the ocean, where should I go?
Quino.
Quino? Okay, but Quino has a beach. Okay, okay. Hay una diferencia entre playa y océano. So which cities are close to the ocean?
San Carlos es del Pacífico, ¿qué no?
Guaymas, profe.
Okay, thank you. You do know.
Veracruz.
Sí saben, pero no sé qué está pasando. No sé si es por la hora, pero you are so quiet, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing here and I'm gonna go to share a part of the book. So as I told you, this is the unit 9.1, and we already saw the vocabulary. So it says these are, have you ever swum in an ocean, a river, or a lake? These are the questions that we already discussed. And then we have the vocabulary we already saw too. Mountain range, lake, waterfall, river, desert, ocean, and rainforest. Can you think of cities? Well, we already did that. Then it says in here, listening. Look at the photos A to C. What do you think is happening? Okay, so I have a picture in here. Okay, this is one. This is picture A. Then this is picture B. Take a look at it. And then the last one is picture C. Okay? So again, C, B, and A. Okay, so based on these pictures, what do you think is happening, guys? Let's discuss the first one. What is happening in picture A? What are these women doing?
Están
Ramón?
construyendo.
Ay, sorry, Giselle, dime.
Están construyendo.
They're
¿O
building,
cuál fue?
right? They are building. With what? ¿Con qué están construyendo? What are they using to build, Giselle?
Con reciclado. Botellas recicladas.
Bottles, okay, right, with bottles. Try to
Okay.
use English, please, with bottles. Okay, then we have in the second picture, what are they doing or what they seem to be doing? Ramon?
Of the body.
They're having a party, you think so?
Yes.
We have people from different ages. We have old people, then we have adults, then we have, well, basically that's it, just adults. And then what is happening in the third picture?
Like in the rock.
They are walking in the rocks. Okay. So now let's discuss a little bit more about this. It says, listen the program to find out. Okay, I'm gonna play. Voy a ponerle play al listening. Igual hay que seguir la lectura porque probablemente no vayamos a escuchar, okay? So follow the reading while you listen, okay?
Unit 9, Nature. Recording S9.1.
Hi, and welcome to Green Ideas. Now, the problem with some of the traditional ways of saving the environment is that they can be really boring. So today we're looking at ideas for protecting the environment that are a bit different. And we think they sound fun. Our first project is called Hug It Forward. This great project started in Guatemala, where communities decided to work together to build schools out of old plastic bottles. In the first project, over 1,800 kids from the region filled 10,000 plastic bottles with bits of plastic, food wrappers, and other garbage or trash found in the streets. They then used the bottles as bricks to help build a school. By the time they had finished, they had a new school and the area was a lot cleaner too. Now the idea is spreading, and around the world more communities are using the bottle school technology to build their own schools. What a fantastic idea.
Okay, let's talk about the first one. Giselle said that they were building with recycled bottles, right? Okay, but what were they building? ¿Qué estaban construyendo? What were they building in the first picture? Here you have huh?
Están construyendo
School, right? They were building a school. Where?
para la
Guatemala.
comunidad.
In Guatemala. Very good. Okay. So it says in here that in the first project, over 1,800 kids from the region feel, ¿qué es field?
Como que juntaron o algo así.
Field es llenar. So they have the bottles and they fill the bottles with bits of plastic, food wrappers, and other garbage or trash found in the streets. So the bottles were filled with trash. Obviously trash that could be recycled, right? O sea, basura que puede ser reciclable. And then they use the bottles as bricks. ¿Qué son bricks? What does it mean? What are bricks? Ladrillos. Usaron las botellas como ladrillos. Okay, by the time they had finished, they had a new school and the area was a lot cleaner. So they were cleaning at the same time they were building the school. So that was for the picture A. Now let's see what is happening in the picture B.
And here's an idea for those of you who enjoy going out clubbing. The Surya nightclub in London was one of the first eco-friendly nightclubs in the UK. The club has a special dance floor that uses the movement people make when they dance to generate energy. The dancers manage to produce 60% of the energy that the club uses for light and music. The owner of the eco club had another great idea. If you walk or cycle to the club, rather than using a car or public transportation, you get free entry. I love it.
Okay, so what is happening in the second? Someone said that they were partying, and yes, it's a party, but what is different from the rest of the parties? ¿Qué es diferente del resto de clubbing, de ir a un club? Who can tell me in their own words, en tus propias palabras? Dana, what's the difference?
It's eco-friendly.
And what does that mean? What happens?
They make energy.
How?
Dancing.
Very good. Okay, so while they dance, they generate energy, right? Okay, so it says in here that if you walk to the club rather than using a car or a public transportation, you get free entry, which means that you don't need to pay anything. I love it. Okay, let's read about our last idea for the picture C, that it was the one related to the rocks.
And our final idea for today is the story of Soul River Park. It's getting more and more difficult to find green spaces in cities. So when Dr. Ki Huang had a crazy idea to take down the city's main highway and uncover the river that flowed below to make a green park, most people thought he was crazy. They told him that his idea would create traffic chaos and would be a disaster for the area. But Dr. Huang went ahead with the project and created the 5.8-kilometer Green River Park. It's a place where the residents of Seoul can walk, relax, and really enjoy the city. And do you know what? People are happier, and there's a lot less traffic chaos than before. It just shows that sometimes even the craziest ideas can work.
Okay, so what happened in the third picture, the one of the rocks? What was the project there?
Era que la gente, o sea, como que no destruyeran, pudieran caminar en la ciudad, pero sin destruir, sin afectar la vegetación.
Ajá, there was a river, there was a highway. ¿Qué es un highway? Or what's the highway? The main highway se refiere como a la carretera principal. So there was a river down the highway. Había un río debajo de la highway. So they uncovered the river, o sea, lo destaparon, por así decirlo, to make a green park. So it was under the main highway. So it says in here that they told this engineer that it was going to create traffic and that would be a disaster, but he went ahead, o sea, lo logró, and he created a 5.8-kilometer green river park. And it says in here that it's relaxed and it's really enjoyable. And it says also that people is less stressed because of the traffic and they seem to be happy with it. Okay, so those were the 3 different projects. Now, guys, can you tell me another green project? And with green project, we refer to eco-friendly and things like that. Can you think of a project that is related to the ones we read? ¿Pueden pensar en algún otro proyecto que tenga relación that could be related to this projects we just saw? ¿No? ¿No conocen algún otro proyecto que tenga relación con green ideas or eco-friendly or something like that?
Los parques lineales, profe.
Where are
También,
they?
en Nueva York, de hecho, hicieron uno que era una vía de ferrocarril y toda le hicieron,
Con los
se
vagones.
pusieron árboles, ajá. No, con los vagones no, sino con o sea, se hizo un parque lineal y ahí la gente pues se dañó porque querían hacer edificios y pues se salvaguardó, o sea, toda esa área verde, ¿no?
Okay.
Pero igual la usan para como peatón.
De hecho, aquí también por el Quiroga hay unas oficinas que son con vagones. O sea, en realidad no son cosas muy grandes, pero ese tipo de cosas son eco-friendly. So that's why I'm asking, do you know any other project or idea related to eco-friendly, to green ideas? Could be a product, could be a thing, could be a project, could be a place. No more ideas. Okay, so then it says, read the summary below. Can you find 4 mistakes? So we first gonna read it and then we're gonna try to find the mistakes, okay? So let's read first the Hagit forward. So let's see, Adilen, can you help me to read it, the first one? Hagit forward, please.
Yes. How it forward is a project that uses plastic boxes to build school in developing countries. Children and adults work together to build a school using bottles filled with inorganic trash.
Okay, thank you. As I said, we're first gonna read it and then we're gonna try to find the mistakes, okay? Carlos Alberto Vasquez, can you read the second one? Club Soria, please.
Club Syria is an eco nightclub in Tokyo. It has a special dance floor that uses people dancing to produce electricity. The club produces 100% of its electricity like this. Also, if you walk to the club, you can get in free.
Okay, thank you. These are extras from what we listened, okay? Esto es de lo que escuchamos. Now let's go and read the Sioux River Park. Let's see, Diego Canizales, can you help me with the third one?
Okay. The Seoul River Park was created by Dr. Ki Huang. His idea was to take down one of the main shopping malls in Seoul and uncover the river that was below. He made the area into a green park in the city center.
Okay, thank you. So now let's try to find the mistakes. Based on what we listened, let's see if we can remember, okay? So in the first one, it says, it is a project that uses plastic boxes. So in the first picture, is it a project that uses plastic boxes?
No.
What did he use?
Bottles.
Bottles, right? Very good. So there is a first mistake. We need to find 3 more. Then it says in the clubsteria, it is an eco nightclub in Tokyo. Was it in Tokyo, guys? Do you remember where was it?
In London.
Exactly, very good. So there are 2 mistakes already. Then it says the third one. Oh, by the way, in the first part where it says it's a project that uses plastic boxes to build schools in developing countries. Was it in developing countries? Okay, well, let's go and read the last one. The Seal River Park was created by Dr. Ki Huang. I don't know how to read it, sorry. His idea was to take down one of the main shopping malls in Seoul and uncover the river that was below. Is this true? Or where is the mistake?
Mistake.
Ajá, hay un mistake aquí. ¿Cuál es el mistake en el último párrafo? His idea was to take down one of the main shopping malls. Dime, Adilen.
El creador.
No, no es gramatical el error, es de la información. There's something incorrect in this information, with this information. What is incorrect?
No eran malls, era a un lado de las carreteras, algo así que no.
Exactly, the main highway, right? Very good. So let's see. In photo A, there are people building school out of plastic. Energy for the nightclub, dancing on a special dance floor. And it produces 60%, not 100, right? Okay, very good. So you did find most of the information we needed, guys. Okay, do you have questions about this? So it says in here, what do you think of these ideas? Which one do you like the best? And do you know any ideas similar to this? Well, we already discussed that, but I'm gonna ask you guys, if you had the opportunity of visiting one of these 3 places, where would you go? To the club, to the park, or to visit the schools? So if you had the opportunity again of visiting the schools made of plastic bottles, the club, or the park, where would you go? No, nobody wants to say nothing? Okay, so let's move then. So now we're gonna go to the grammar part, grammar section. And I'm gonna share a different presentation to start with the topic. But before that, since we only have a minute and 30 left. Voy a parar la presentación aquí y les voy a mandar otro link para empezar con el siguiente tema, ¿ok? So I'll send you
Okay.